I love the story of Joseph. It reminds me that our suffering is not year-round, but is seasonal. Bad times will not be a lifetime, but a period of time. I love the progression of the story. Joseph went from the pit to the prison, and then from the prison to the palace. But the pit is actually the middle of the story. He started with preference in the pasture. We usually start at the pit, but we're introduced to the life experience of Joseph in the pasture with his father's preference. He was his father's favorite. Now, the time in the pasture is important. If we just focus on our pit and prison, our palace may not be a reality for us. But if we remember our time in the pasture with our father's preference, we know the pit and prison is not our only reality. While in our pit and prison, we'll remember we still have our father's preference. And if we still have our father's preference, he will not let us stay in the pit and prison. Our palace is on the way. Now, our palace isn't always a new job, a new car, a new house, more money. Our palace can be peace. Our palace can be freedom from stress. Our palace can be better health. But one thing we should all have in common when we reach our palace gates should be open, looking to bless someone else in their pit and in their prison. That's my 2 minutes or less. I'll talk to you next Tuesday.